oopsie. We and accidents, much like Bob Ross says, they're happy accidents here. So yeah, we do happy accidents here at GCPR. I just slapped on a new coat of paint and then I was done with it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say one more again. It is 8:04 Eastern Standard Time, 7:04 Central Standard Time. Figure out the rest of that Mountain and Pacific because I ain't even messing with y'all. Welcome to the Sound of Coffee. I am your host, Thomas Bishop. I am the sexiest morning show host on internet radio. And it's a niche audience. I'm telling y'all right now. My competition is fierce. You know what I mean? The competition I have to be the sexiest morning show host on internet radio is fierce. There is Tom Patriot over at the Patriot Channel, and I think there's a guy named Rufus who does a radio show from his bathroom. So I'm telling y'all right now, the competition is fierce. Fierce. It's fierce, I tell you. Fierce. But welcome to the Sound of Coffee. My name is Thomas Bishop. I am drinking Starbucks French Roast Dark. My wife still will not really invest in some of that light coffee that I love so much. Oh my gosh, she won't do it. I don't know why, but she won't do it. She will not do it. But that's neither here nor there. I am still drinking on this Starbucks French Roast Dark because that's the kind of person I am. You know what I mean? That is the kind of person I am. That's the kind of person I want to be when I grow up. When I grow up, that's the sort of person I want to grow up as. You know what I mean? But this show is brought to you in part by Glitterwix. Go over to glitterwix.com and pick up the hottest, freshest, delicious scent on these streets. It is called Villainous. It is inspired by yours truly, Thomas the Villain Bishop. Go to glitterwix.com. Actually, I'm going to be trying to do a dual live stream with London from Glitterwix, where we actually get a chance to watch as London makes the villainous candle, and I get to talk about all the things that make me the sexiest villain. I ain't even gonna front. I'm not even the sexiest villain in the Villains Guild. You know what I'm saying? It's a damn shame, man. You know, I started off by myself being the sexiest, and then I brought like 5 other people along, and then I was like, my sex appeal went down because I don't know if you guys know this. But Outkast is a very attractive man. Do not let that hat fool you. Outkast is a very attractive man. That man mastered the art of bald head longer than we're the same age, so he mastered the art of a bald head better than I do, and I'm kind of upset about that. And the expansion of the guild, the membership of the guild, we have some very attractive people in there. Don't front. If you've never seen all of us together, it's because we told you we would not allow everybody to see us all together at the same time. But we have some very attractive people in the Villains Guild. I am not one of them, but I am the hottest, sexiest internet morning show host, period. But I was saying, we need to get Trump the musical on these streets. We need this. The streets need this, B. I sound like Rico from Played in Full. The streets need this, dog. They need this, B. You want some of that water? You know what I'm saying? The streets need Trump the musical. It does. I'm just saying. Trump the musical will feed generations. Trump the musical can be the Roman Reigns of musicals. It can feed generations. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to talk about night 2 of the Republican National Convention, or as I like to call it, the Daenerys Targaryen night, where Nikki Haley completely and finally lost all, do you understand me? Nikki Haley finally lost all of her dignity. She lost all of her dignity. She debased herself for a man who said that she should not be president because she's a woman and she may not have been born in America. I don't get this. I don't understand it. I don't approve of it. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. I approve of none of this. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. This is the most ridiculous thing that I have ever seen. I've never seen anything like this before in my life. You ain't got but one time to talk bad about me before I literally go, nah, I'm good. I'm not. No. The answer will always be no. I don't eat where I'm not wanted. You know what I'm saying? I don't eat where I am not wanted. I don't. And I'm not about to pal around with somebody that I know for a damn fact does not like me, man. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't understand it. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Donald Trump made it his business to just degrade and demean and disrespect people. And yet the Republicans are falling in line like he's got Drogon behind him or Valerian or Valerian the Black Dread behind him, like bend the knee. Like, what? You ain't got but one time to talk about my wife. Invite me to your convention if you want to. I'm gonna find a dignified way to tell you to kiss my ass. Ted Cruz, I'm looking at you. He disrespected your wife and your daddy, dog. If my father was still, my father's passed away. But if Donald Trump had said something bad about my father and my wife, we'd have been in the parking lot. Hey man, we need to shoot the fair one, dog. Come on outside. I know you got a Secret Service detail. I don't care. Hey, Donald, I'd have showed up in a pair of jeans and some combat boots with a black T-shirt that says "I'm gonna whoop your ass," and one of them with leather jackets with about 10 of my friends. Right after the Trump campaign headquarters. Yo, Donald, I need to holler at you in this parking lot, dog. Hey, Donald, parking lot. I need you to come out to the parking lot. Senator Cruz, you shouldn't be out. Hey, I ain't trying to talk to y'all. Where your man at? Hey, Donald. Hey, your campaign can't go no further until you come holler at me, dog. You need to come out to the parking lot right quick. Let me holler at you. And as soon as he got out, I'm snuffing him. What? What'd you say about my wife? Huh? What's it you said about my daddy? What? But what did Ted Cruz do?
Yeah, hi, my name's Ted Cruz, and I'd like you to vote for the guy that insulted my wife and my, and I need you to vote for the guy that insulted my wife and my daddy.
What? How? Where did they do this at? What part of the game is this? Marco Rubio. Called him Little Marco. Bruh, hey, Donald, I need to holler at you in this parking lot, bruh. Hey, Donald, you know that campaign bus? I'm gonna need to holler at you outside, dog. And come here. Come over here. I need you to come here, Donald. Because you're not, there will be no more campaigning for you till you come holler at me in this parking lot. And then it'd have been, wop. Marco, F him up. Wop. I'm gonna do my stuff. Like, what? What? Nikki Haley and Nikki Haley's husband should have been in the parking lot waiting for him. They should have been right outside Mar-a-Lago talking about, hey, Donald, hey, come outside, dog. Come on, you gotta come outside. You gotta go to a golf. I'd have caught him at a golf course. While he riding on that damn golf cart, I'd have knocked his little ass out. Because it's not like a golf cart has a speed. Like I think the fastest it goes is like 35 miles an hour. I can run that fast. Donald, I need to holler at you. What are you doing? What? I'd have whooped his ass. He is egregious with the BS, man. He all of that. He Valerian the Flat Dread. Like, come on, man. I'm reading from CNN. This is exactly what she said last night. This is her words to a man who said that she probably was not born in America and shouldn't be a president because she's a woman. This is exactly what she said. I will start by making one thing perfectly clear. Donald Trump has my strong endorsement, period. What? Oh, no, man. No. No. That had to be an ass whooping before he got that strong endorsement. I'd have knocked stuffing out his ass. What? I strongly endorse Donald Trump. What are we doing? Come on, man. Come on. Oh, and sometime during this show, I'm going to talk bad about Amber Rose. Because it has to be done. It is finally time. It's long past time for people to say something about Amber Rose that should have been said a long time ago. It's long past time. So I'm going to talk bad about that woman. All right. But it was a night of bend the knee to the to the Republican nominee, Donald Trump. What are we doing right now? What is this? What is this? It's bad enough that Donald Trump's policies absolutely are not going to help anyone but Donald Trump. You know, it's bad enough that that the grift is grifting, and we know exactly why this man is running. He is not running to make America great again. He's running to make Donald Trump great again. Every time something bad happens to this idiot, he's convicted of 34 felonies, he gets more money. He gets popped by one of his own damn supporters. Oh my God, Joe Biden tried to put a hit on him. Excuse me? What? But it's the blatant, over the top, slob on my knobness of the Republicans bending the knee to this idiot that really has me tight. It really, really has me tight. That's the part that I'm having such a problem with. That is the part I'm having such a problem with. The fact that it just seems like over and over and over, this man gets away with just egregious crap. He just over and over, and there's never any accountability. There's never any, hey, what are we doing right now? Why is this man getting away with this? This is my biggest problem with Donald Trump as a whole. You know, policy-wise, he has nothing. Everything that he wants to do has been written by somebody else. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not like Joe Biden or Barack Obama or George W. or things of that nature. It's not like they wrote their own policies either. The problem is they at least knew what those policies were. They at least knew. Somebody ran it past them. Somebody did this. Like, nah, bruh. With this dude, it all comes down to, oh, well, you know, he'll make it up as he goes along. That the presidency of the United States is not a job that you make it up as you go along. It's not. I don't care. I'm sorry. I know celebrity-wise, people have made it look like the president's job can be done, you know, by a very well-trained monkey, but it is still a job. It is a responsibility. The president of the United States is the chief executive officer of the executive branch. All those departments y'all hate so damn much, they stem from the president of the United States. Hence the reason the Heritage Foundation wants to have loyalists in there, and they want to shrink the responsibility of checks and balances from the legislative and judicial branch to give the president maximum amount of power. They're turning him into a damn king, and people are acting like this is supposed to be normal. It's not. I'm sorry, it isn't. It is not. And the fact that you have Republicans who know this, listen, Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham get hard-ons for tax cuts. They can't wait. It's like, oh my God, tax cuts. What? But how much tax cuts is worth the damn democracy that the people are supposed to be involved in? Good morning, bruv, over at Instagram. You know who you is. You know how it is. Like, how much tax cuts? How much tax cuts is worth the soul of American democracy? How much? Trillions? Really? Is that what we're doing right now? How much more redistribution of wealth to the rich can we possibly have before this damn thing cracks and crumbles? And you would think rational Republicans would be thinking this. But they're not. They're over here bending the knee to, we need to come up with a dragon name for Trump. If Trump was a dragon, he'd be the size of Balerion, but he would be lazy. You know, Trumparian, the sleepy. Like, come on, Trumparian, we're gonna go burn down Dorne. I don't want to do it. I had too much fried chicken last night. Like, you know what I mean? It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, man. Nikki Haley gave away her last shred of dignity. Just like Marco Rubio. Just like Mitt Romney. Just like Ted Cruz. Just like Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham was friends with John McCain, supposedly. Lindsey Graham's the worst friend in human history. You gonna turn on your mans for this? For that dude. Him? That dude. Right there. That guy? Really? That's the man you're gonna turn your back? Come on, man. Come on, man. He just, and Lindsey Graham, I don't understand. South Carolina, y'all, I don't get it, man. It don't make no sense to me. South Carolina has two of the most worthless damn senators in American history. Like, dead ass. It's ridiculous. Like, South Carolinians should look at their two senators and go, what were we thinking? What were we thinking? Like that, what were we thinking? Nikki Haley put Tim Scott in his job, and Tim Scott turned around and turned on her, did all that Trump booty kissing, and guess what? He still didn't get the secondary VP job. Hey man, how your dignity feeling? You got to go to a pawn shop to get it this morning, don't you? Tim Scott sold his whole damn dignity for like 4 shekels and a sandwich. Like a white bread sandwich with another piece of white bread in the middle of it. That's what he did. Like I'm not making it up. He sold it for that. For that. And got the nerve to be out here, you know, because you know him and Brian Donalds, they're gonna make the tap dance thing tomorrow. Or today. Excuse me, not tomorrow, today. But Nikki Haley shows that it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Dignity means absolutely nothing when you have to bend the knee to Donald Trump. It doesn't. Like, I use Ted Cruz as the biggest example of the disappointment that I have because it was so blatant. This was when Donald Trump had a connection with that Pecker guy that owns the National Enquirer. The National Enquirer plasters on their front page Ted Cruz and shopping stand in a. Mommy, they're saying Grandpa had something to do with. Ted Cruz knows this. Hey, yo, Donald, hey, come here. I need to holler at Secret Service agents. I need you to move. Hey, Donald, I need to holler at you. Parking lot. I need you to put on some soft shoes. If you can get around them hoofs. Come on outside, bro. Need to holler at you. And as soon as he came out, snuff. Hey, Don, what was all that stuff you were saying about my wife? What? What did you say about my daddy? He did what? He was involved in what? What? Donald, keep my wife's name and my daddy's name out your mouth, bro. Because if I had to come back, I'm telling you right now, I'm taking your teeth. Like, but no.
Hi, this is Ted Cruz, and I'm stumping for Donald Trump.
What? There's a dude on TikTok right now that continually talks bad about my wife. He's from New York. I got family in New York. One day I'm gonna send them his picture. One day. But if that man started running for president or vice president or dog catcher in New York, I'm not stumping for him. I might stump him. Stump. But I ain't gonna stump for him. You ain't got but one time to talk bad about my wife, my kids, my dad, my mom, my siblings. No, you ain't got but one time, dog. One. And at that point, I don't give a damn what you're running for. You could be your politics could line directly with mine. Directly, like I'm talking about note for note directly. But you disrespecting my family. I don't give a damn if you win or not. In fact, I hope you don't win. I hope you trip over something and then you end up in the upper room. I ain't trying to stump for you. I'm trying to stomp you. You ain't got but one time, dog. One time. And it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. I ain't never seen nothing like this. Never. Maybe it's just growing up black in an inner city area. But because this doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't, man. It's like the other speakers were unanimously loyal to the former president, describing him as a self-sacrificial leader who, while in office, took America to its greatest heights only to see his work undone by Biden's feckless presidency. What are you people talking about? Where was this fictional America? Like, I want to meet the fictional Trump. I'm 55, I'm 52, going on 53. You know, meniscus is kind of weak in the knees and, you know, back muscles hurting and all that other good stuff, right? But I wouldn't mind measuring myself against this fictional Trump, who obviously looks like, what is it? Handsome SpongeBob, apparently. Y'all remember Handsome SpongeBob with the square jaw and stuff? Apparently he looks like handsome SpongeBob, who just by walking into the White House magically made America great. It was so great. We were the greatest we've ever been. FDR, Eisenhower. Eisenhower built highways. Do y'all understand that? Eisenhower helped to create the middle class. Donald Trump gave us putrid ass. They're not the same. They're not the same. What are you talking about? They ain't the same, dog. They're not the same. How in the world, how do you think just by walking into the room, walking into the White House, Trump somehow, there were halcyon days? What halcyon days? What halcyon days are you people talking about? What are y'all talking about? Charlottesville happened under Donald Trump. I'm pretty sure Heather Heyer did not see the halcyon days of the Trump presidency. She didn't. She died. Charlottesville happened under Donald Trump. Understand that. Where the white boys with the boat shoes and the tiki torches was yelling out, "You will not replace us. Jews will not replace us." There was no halcyon in that. That wasn't glory. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot the most obvious one. COVID happened under Donald Trump. Thousands of Americans dropping dead. And this idiot's idea was, hey, go to your local store, go to your local Walmart, buy a UV light and like a gallon bottle of bleach. Then go home, turn the UV light on and shove it in your ass. And while that's happening, drink the bleach. COVID will just disappear along with you. Along with you. We have people eating horse paste. Halcyon days. Halcyon. The greatness. The hell are you talking about? They were sucking down ivermectin like strawberry milkshakes. Under Donald Trump, you know, the federal government doesn't want you to know that ivermectin cures COVID. The federal government, he's part of the federal government. So explain to me, how is he part of the federal government, but y'all are against the federal government for not telling y'all that you can suck down horse paste to get rid of COVID? Is he not the head of the damn... Am I wrong? Hey, Bastard in Black, am I tripping? He says I'm not tripping. He says I'm not tripping. So what are we doing right now? Others, it's like former foes lined up to sing Trump's praises. Who does this? Who does this? See, this is what I mean when I say some people haven't been in a fist fight. If there's beef, there's beef. And there's beef forever. Forever. You didn't see Liz Cheney on that stage. You didn't see Adam Kinzinger on that stage. You didn't see, you didn't see any member of the damn Lincoln Project up there singing his praises, now did you? You know why? Because they know what the hell, they know good morning, Puddin'. Because they know for a damn fact there was no halcyon days of the Trump presidency. When other Republicans are telling you somebody ain't Shay, then maybe we should listen. Maybe we should listen. When a Michael Steele or a Rick Wilson or a George Conway are sitting there going, hey, bro, he ain't it, bro. These are lifelong Republicans. These are the conservative brand. When Max Boot is making an entire book, Max Boot, who is a conservative Republican, when Max Boot is making books about how Donald Trump is not conservatism and he is taking conservatism into these dark, disgusting places where the QAnon, Proud Boy, the racist people are all touching themselves in these shadowy places. When they're saying this to you, why are you still hanging out with this cat? Why, Sway? What are you doing? I put it this way. Ask any woman who's ever dated. Ask any woman who's ever dated. Listen, there's some, hey, not him. Girl, let me tell you something. Not that dude. That dude, no. That guy, as to why not that guy, no. He gotta go. I can't get jiggy with this. Like, in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, they will say, hey, I ain't messing with him. How is it there are Republicans, rock rib, solid conservative Republicans, that are saying out loud in front of microphones and camera, Donald Trump ain't it. Donald Trump ain't it, dog. Nah, not him. No, not him. And yet, for some reason, we got to talk about the greatness of 4 damn years. We are getting Daughters of the Confederacy right in front of us. That's what we did. Ain't no use in me lying. This is what the Daughters of the Confederacy did after the Confederacy was over with. The bad guys in the Civil War, the people that left the Union because you won't let us own the Negro. We're afraid you'll take away our right to be able to own the Negro. The Daughters of the Confederacy is like, no. We've got to make it look like these people are the good guys. So that's where the lost cause myth came up. Which, by the way, I'm just going to be honest with you. The Republican Party is angling back for that. Argue with your mama, don't argue with me. I got nothing to do with it. The Republican Party has been influenced by that notion of the. Everybody always talk about slavery was so long ago, you were never a slave. Okay, if slavery so long ago, why do y'all keep angling for the time that was happening then? We always have to capitulate to these southern rednecks. Not southern rednecks. I want to say southern because it's not all the people in the South. It's just the ones that opine for stuff that didn't happen. It's the lost cause every election cycle. They get further entrenched with these people. And there used to be a time that they didn't want. There used to be a time where the Republican Party would outright reject these idiots. Outright reject them. Totally. We don't want you in our party. You have to go. You know, but you got Nikki Haley saying stuff like, quote, you don't have, okay, who wrote this? This is horrible. Either she said it horrible or they wrote it horrible. You don't have to agree with Donald Trump 100% of the time to vote for him. Take it from me. The puck? Nah. Nah, man. Nah. No. Because most of the stuff that Donald Trump is going to disagree with, you're going to disagree with Donald Trump about, is going to be on some like human rights type things. The fact that he is bragging about Agenda 47, which is basically making, you're going to spend all the tax money trying to deport every person that speaks Spanish. That I'm supposed to agree with that? But I'll vote for it, but I don't agree with it. Like, so why am I giving him the power to do it? And what is that? I don't agree with what you're about to do. I don't. But I'm going to support you to give you the power to do it. Who does that? Who does that? Where they do that at? He wants to make homelessness illegal. Hello, Supreme Court. Corrupt Supreme Court. In the pockets of rich people's Supreme Court. So his idea is, we'll just make these camps where the homeless people can go. And if they don't go to that, we'll send them to prison, which will explode the prison population, but those for-profit prisons will make a lot of money. I don't agree with that, but I'm going to give you the power to do it. Where they do this at? Mama, where they do that at? I don't know, Mama, where they do that at? Where do they do that at? Where do they do that at? Where? I'm trying to figure, who does that? But again, I say, this is Nikki Haley saying you ain't got to agree with him to be able to vote for him. For the sake of our nation, we have to go with Donald Trump, Haley said. Nikki Haley said this a little before telling delegates, I'm here tonight because we have a country to save. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to ask an honest question of all of my Republican friends, and I don't have a lot of them. I have a lot. I have some, but not a lot. Why does the country need to be saved? Every time there's a Democrat in the White House, the country always has to be saved. Why is this bitch always a damsel in distress when it comes to you people? How are we the world's last and greatest superpower, but we always got to be saved from Democratic policies? What kind of asinine, backwards, weird thinking is that? What is that? What is that? Every time, Republicans, we got to save America. Save it from what? From what? DEI? Oh, dear gods. We can't have diversity, equity, and inclusion. Save it from what? tiptoeing as slow as humanly possible to the possibility of socialism. That ain't gonna happen because the other ticket won't allow it. They got a donor class to think of in their pockets. So why do y'all have to keep saving this damn country? Why? Only for when y'all actually get into the White House and get into power. It's not about saving anything. It's never about saving anything. It's about stuff like tax cuts. Tax cuts saved America. Where? Where they do that at? Well, trickle down economics. I'm sorry, that's venereal disease economics. I'm sorry. I know for a fact I don't mess with trickles. Listen. Trichomonas. I don't trick none of that. I don't trick them. I don't deal with trickle. And it's never worked. Trickle down economics has never worked. It is a holdover from the day that the actor came into the White House. That was Ronald Reagan. It's never worked. Trickle down economics has never worked. Not one time. Not one time. You had Build-A-Bear blockhead Ron DeSantis out there last night. You also had Vivek Ramaswamy. You know what? Lord. I want to feel bad for Vivek, but I don't. I'm sorry, man. I don't feel bad for Vivek Ramaswamy. Not one bit. Ann Coulter. the Megyn Kelly after she dies and stay in the grave for 5 years. Ann Coulter. That Ann Coulter. Looked that man in the face. In the face. And told him, I wouldn't have voted for you because you're Indian. Vivek, man. Vivek. Where are your parents, man? Where your mama and daddy? Your mother and father should have told you right now. Hey, boy, they don't want you. They don't want you, man. Like, how? Do you understand? Listen, that show would have went left. This was 3 minutes in. 1, 2, 3 minutes in. 1, 2, 3. It was 3 minutes in before she said that. That means he finished the rest of the damn show after her dropping that on his forehead. And where was he at? Where was he at? He's at the RNC convention last night in a room with people he know for a fact wasn't going to vote for him because of his Indian descent. Bruh. Man. Couldn't have been me, though. Like, bruh. What? How much is your dignity worth, dog? They could have bought Vivek Ramaswamy's dignity with pocket change. Man, he had the most viral moment of the year. I know everybody is still buzzing off the Kendrick Drake beef, but no. Nothing, and I mean nothing, is going to beat the look on Vivek Ramaswamy's face when Ann Coulter said that. And again, it was 1, 2, 3 minutes in. It was 3 minutes into this conversation. I think the show was 30 minutes. That means for 27 minutes he had to sit there and interview and have a conversation with a woman that basically told him, I wasn't going to vote for you because you were Indian. Dignity crushed. Ego destroyed. Anybody ever see, if you've ever seen Godzilla -1, if you remember when Godzilla got his atomic breath and it started with the spikes on his back coming up, coming up, coming up. That was minute 1 and 2 of Vivek. When Godzilla goes, and you see all the nuclear heat going in his mouth, that was Ann Coulter getting ready. And then the spikes go, choom, and Ann Coulter's there, and a nuclear bruh. And then he tried to have some salience of an interview after that. Bruh, you out your damn mind. And I don't feel bad for him. I know there's a lot of people that thinking I'm a cruel human being. I don't feel bad for him. Listen, I am 6 feet tall. I am a svelte 255 pounds. I have a beard. I have earrings, gauge hoop earrings in my ears, and I routinely, on purpose, paint my nails black. I go to a nail salon and have my nails painted black. I know for a fact that I'm not going to be welcome at a dinner of the Proud Boys and the Ku Klux Klan. I know this. I know this. So if I just so happen to find myself at a dinner with the Proud Boys and the Ku Klux Klan, with the descriptors I just gave you, I just gave them to you. 6 feet tall, svelte 255, hoop gauge earrings in my ears, and black fingernails painted by a salon. Why would I be mad when I hear them say, we don't want you here, you're a black man and we don't know whether or not you're gay? I'm going to be hurt? They don't like me. Some stuff you're supposed to get simply by being alive. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm supposed to know this simply by being a human on Earth. I mean, some stuff you're supposed to figure out just by being alive. Oh, look, Vivek Ramaswamy is a guy who, well, I'm not going to vote for you because you're an Indian. And he sat there for 27 more minutes with this woman. There wasn't no cut the feed. There wasn't no now we out. There wasn't no who you talking to. Nothing. Vivek is just in there looking stupid like, tell me about your weekend, Aaron. Excuse me? And then, to add insult to, do you have any dignity left, Vivek? Do you have a shred of it? Do you have a microcosm of respect left? He goes to the RNC convention. They included Vivek Ramaswamy. What are you doing, man? Just golly, man. Former Housing and Urban Development Secretary Ben Carson, Florida Senator Marco Rubio, again! The man called you Little Root. You know what? And Texas Senator Ted Cruz, Lord. This has been 8 years of Ted Cruz having to bark like a dog to a dude who couldn't spell dog if you gave him all the letters. You gonna end up with God and Ugda. He out here debasing himself for this dude. Ted Cruz went to Harvard, kids. Yeah. Makes my degree from an online college, which now is owned by the University of Arizona. It's like it makes it look like I too went to Harvard and Yale. Yeah. What are we doing right now? That's the table of judgment no one wants to pull up to. I'm gonna tell you something right now, man. That man got but one time. You'll never see me at a Republican convention. You'll see me outside of it talking crap. You're not a real Republican. You don't support Trump. Man, screw him. That man talk about my wife and my daddy? Nah, son. Y'all lucky y'all ain't picking up Donald Trump off the street. Because again, hey, Donald, it's Ted. Hey, Donald, I need to holler at you in the parking lot. I'm calling him by his government name. I'm calling him by the name his mama gave. Hey, Donald John, I need to holler at you in the parking lot. Who is it? It's Raphael. That's who it is. Need to holler at you, man. Man, I need to holler at you about that stuff you saying about my wife and my daddy. Need to holler at you. Hey, parking lot, pipe. Hey, pimpin'. Hey, pimpin'. I need you to come in this parking lot, B. Parking lot, right quick. I promise you. Just come on out, Donald. Need to holler at you in the parking lot, bro. Let me holler at you. Hey, Donald John, I need to holler at you. I hope the cameras is there to watch me knock his ass out. Donald John. Need to holler at you in the parking lot, pimpin'. Need to talk about that stuff you saying. Hey, Donald John. Need to holler at you, pimpin'. Hey, pimpin', I need to holler at you. Some of that stuff you saying was mad disrespectful to the wife and the daddy. Hey, pimpin', need you to come out in the parking lot right quick, dog. Need to holler at you. That's the only time. Listen, I'd come back to the Republican convention after I knocked his ass out. I would. Well, Donald Trump doesn't want you there. All right, I don't care. I'll go to the house. Listen, I will go to the house. I ain't gotta be here. This man's stumping for Trumping. Like, what? Oh my God. Wait a minute. This is what Vivek said. Donald Trump is the president who will actually unite this country. Yeah, in hatred of him. Let me tell you something. Those of us in marginalized communities, we all have different agendas. We do. We don't always get along. But one thing we are all united in is that we don't like Donald Trump. We don't like people within our own communities and groups that like Donald Trump. We don't like them. Do you think black people are opining for Tim Scott to come holler at us? Nah. Byron Donalds can get this work if he come to certain neighborhoods. Who are you? Man, if you don't get your boot school. My Mexican brothers and sisters, they are not playing when it comes to Rafael Theodore Cruz. He can never go into a Mexican neighborhood. You gotta go. You gotta get up out of here. So what is Vivek talking about? Again, dignity gone. And here's something I thought about before I started the show today. Right? Here's something that I thought about. What happens when that man dies? Let's say that widowmaker heart attack that's been chasing Donald Trump like Donald Trump owes it money or child support. Let's say it finally catches him and Donald Trump dies. I ain't wishing death on him. Please understand that I'm not wishing death on him. But do you think these people are going to gain their dignity back? You think it's like Deadpool? They cut it off and it just grows back. Do you think that? Because I would think it's been 8 years of this. 8 years. The 4 years he was in the White House, they kissed. Donald Trump's booty cheeks were chafed from all the ass kissing. Then he gets out of the White House in a blaze of just insurrection. And they spent 4 more years kissing his ass. So here they are right now. At this point, everybody's got all the chapstick they can get, and Donald Trump can't even sit down because his booty cheeks are so chafed from all the ass kissing. But let's say he dies. Let's say the centralized person for all of that, you know, repeated booty puckering. Let's say it ends. Do you think these people are going to realize what they did? Or do you think there's going to be all of this sycophant nature for the late Donald Trump? Do you think that's what's going to be? Because some of these people, right now, he is the central virus. He is. He is the infection that started it all. Okay? The downward spiral that created the Lincoln Project, that got George Conway on television any chance he can get to talk bad about this man, started with him. So if he's out of the picture, do you think that maybe the infection's gone away? Do you think these people will actually, retain some level of dignity of themselves? Do you think that's what it is? Because I think the Republican Party will have to do a reset after Donald Trump. It ain't happening anytime soon. It's just not. It's just not. I'm telling you right now, it's not. The Republican Party is running on its worst impulses right now. They are in no way, shape, form, or fashion even trying to rein this in. They're not. They're just giving into it. The party is getting worse and worse and worse. And don't get me wrong, the Democrats are seeing that and going, we should do more of that. And I don't know why. You guys ain't even in the abyss yet and y'all jumping in. Ooh, I can't wait to get in. How about you don't and pull yourself back? But anyway, the Republican Party is getting worse and worse. So my question is, if there was no Donald Trump, what would they do? Vivek Ramaswamy, his dignity is gone. Nikki Haley, her dignity is gone. Ted Cruz, his dignity is gone. Marco Rubio, his dignity is gone. Lindsey Graham, where's his loyalty going to lie? Who in America is going to look at that man and say, I respect him, when they know he's two-faced? Maybe you can get a Mitt Romney back on your side. Maybe. But it's going to take some work. Liz Cheney is done. Liz Cheney is still conservative. Liz Cheney is still Republican. Liz Cheney is still the daughter of the second most evil human being that's ever walked the face of the earth, and Dick Cheney. And he's only second now. He's still always second because Henry Kissinger's spirit is running around here, scaring kittens and whatever, because Henry Kissinger is the most evil human being ever. But anyway, she still considers herself a conservative Republican. Adam Kinzinger still considers himself a conservative Republican. The members of the Lincoln Project still consider themselves to be conservative Republicans, but they are on the outside. They are on the outside because of Donald Trump. So the question now becomes, if Donald Trump wasn't in the picture, would these people be allowed back in? Or has the conservative Republican Party, or has the Republican Party as we see it right now, has it turned a page that it can't turn back? They have become Wedge Issue Inc. No new ideas. Same two tired ass ideas as always. Deregulations and tax cuts. No new ideas. So they have to gin up new and more ignorant wedge issues. They have to. They got nothing else. They have nothing else. So my question becomes, if there was no Donald Trump, would the Republican Party, what would it do? What would it be? What is it? What would it be without Donald Trump? And that's something to think about as we go into night 3 of this Trump extravaganza, blah, blah, blah. But this is the Sound of Coffee on GCPR. My name is Thomas Bishop. I'm the hottest, sexiest internet radio host That's like being the tallest, strongest shrimp. And I know I don't care. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Puddin. Donald Trump was never the problem. He just exposed the underbelly of our systemic problem. Absolutely. This part of the show, well, this part of the show is brought to you by Glitterwix. Go to glitterwix.com, pick up Villainous, the candle inspired by yours truly. Now, this next piece, I'm going to try to be as, I won't say blunt, I'll say as direct as I possibly can. And I need to direct this directly to all of the hip hop stars and the NBA and NFL stars and what have you. Stop messing with Amber Rose. After after Monday night's, slobbering of Donald Trump, Amber Rose should be persona non grata around any other black folk. Because Amber Rose has always been a culture vulture, and she evolved into her final form, which is conservative culture vulture. I understand there's going to be a whole lot of black guys that's going to hate everything I'm about to say. I don't care. I don't care. It needs to be said. So I'm going to play a clip. I'm going to play a piece from my man Reese Waters. Shout out to him. I love his YouTube channel. Reese Waters just be out here just saying, you know what I mean? Like, Reese Waters is funny as hell. But I want y'all to hear this.
And that's when it hit me. These are my people. This is where I belong.
That actually tracks. That actually tracks.
So Amber Rose is a Republican. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I don't care. It's the fact that, hold on, let me play a little bit more. Because I don't want anybody to get this twisted or misconstrued. I want you to hear exactly what I'm talking about.
The RNC was the only possible way that Amber Rose could have stepped down from college hell.
Entrepreneur, providing for my children, keeping them safe, and giving them an opportunity for a better life. That's something that unites all American parents, whether we're Republicans, Democrats.
A very nice sentiment to start out with. Huh? What's that? Oh, her OnlyFans is popping? Not to mention the fact that you are speaking.
So, before I begin, please understand, I am in no way, shape, form, or fashion going to talk about Amber Rose's OnlyFans or her modeling or slut walk or anything like that. Nope. Not going to be able to do it. Not going to do it. Okay? I am not. But what I am going to say is Amber Rose is a culture vulture. She always has been. She always will be. Amber Rose came in to the hip hop scene, to the R&B scene, or what have you, and appealed to, I don't know, black men. I don't know what else to call it. Black men. You know what I mean? She did the tight clothes, the big booty, the big boobs, whatever. And people like that, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea. But it's not just the fact that Amber Rose came out as a Republican that bothers me so much. That's not it. If it was just that, I would be okay with it. I watch wrestling on a nearly consistent, constant, doggone basis. For the love of Pete, myself and Angry have a wrestling show on this on this radio station called Superplex Party. I love wrestling. A lot, and I mean a lot, of the wrestlers are Republicans. Like flat out, straight up Republicans. Ric Flair, The Undertaker, I think Triple H, you know what I mean? The Young Bucks, freaking Hangman Adam Page. So enjoying the work of Republican and conservative media personalities does not bother me. Okay? That's when I leave my politics off to the side and I enjoy what I enjoy. The problem with Amber Rose is she insults about her republicanism. She insults about her republicanism. She put a post up, I believe it was on Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was on Instagram, where she just mimicked and used the same talking points that Trumplicans and Republicans and other people like that use towards black people. She did this. You have to go look at her Instagram. I'm not even sure because I read it once and got pissed off and I was like, I ever. Amber Rose wouldn't be in the position she's in right now if it was not for the culture that she brought her vulture ass into. And make no mistake about it, ladies and gentlemen. Amber Rose is a culture vulture. She is. She used her proximity to hip-hop and to black hip-hop artists to get into the position where she could wag her finger at us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you are using your proximity to us to get to a point where you can now hang out with the people who don't like us. I'm not. Like, you ain't got but one. Again, I go back to what I said about Ted Cruz and Vivek Ramaswamy. You ain't got but one time to tell me you don't like me. And I'm out. I'm out. I ain't got nothing. I have nothing else for you. I have nothing else for you. So some of the things some of the disrespectful things, and again, I don't have a list. I probably should have had one. I should have, put out made a list of some of Amber Rose's BS. There is a sister on Instagram and on TikTok. Her name is Tabitha Speaks. Love Tabitha. Love Tabitha. Tabitha has the tea, as the young folks say, on Amber Rose. She has been tracking and clocking Amber Rose and her descent into MAGA hell for a hot minute. Go look her up. Her name is Tabitha Speaks. She's on Instagram and she is on TikTok, and she's talked about this one. She has talked about the two-facedness of Amber Rose. Black women, there's been a lot of black women that tried to warn us about Amber Rose. A lot of them. And shout out to them. I know this is going to sound whatever, because I'm a man who likes plus-size women, but I was never into Amber Rose. She just never appealed to me. She really never did. I don't know why. I think it's probably, her vibe has always been off to me. I never found her attractive. I was never like, yo, man, Amber Rose in the booty. No, it was never that. I never, it was like, you don't like Amber Rose? Not really. Maybe I like brains with my boobs and butt. Maybe, you know what I mean? Ask any woman that has dated me. They will tell you. I kind of like it. I'm really attracted to intelligent women. That's the sex appeal. You give me a woman that can think, a woman that makes her own opinions, even if it's something that challenges me, like a thought process I've had in my life. That is sexy. That's a turn on. They go, ugh, oh my God, your brain. Ugh. Amber Rose never did that for me. Just never. I was never. No, like I never found her attractive. I never was fawning all over her. I never. She got in the middle of the Wiz Khalifa and Kanye West beef because she was dating both of them. Amber Rose was bigging up Kanye West after he got drunk and went on the stage with Taylor Swift. You know what I mean? Like, and again, don't get me wrong. I agree with her when we talk about things that people, you know, a better country for ourselves and our children. I believe in that. I don't like how she got there. I don't. She cashed in her "I'm a black celebrity" chips to stand on a stage with people that don't like us in the first damn place. You know what I mean? Not the brain gave you harder. Yes. Yes. I was never a guy that just, oh my God, Amber Rose's boobs. It was never. I didn't understand the hype for her. I didn't. Melissa Ford is better than her. Melissa Ford, shout out to her over there on the Joe Budden podcast. She is a more, you know what I mean? Like she's a smarter, and she's beautiful, You know, Amber Rose never did it for me. She just never did. I never could see, you know, what the appeal was. And now we know. So, she got that ass in them titties. If you still hang out with this woman after she done hung out with people that don't like you, there's something wrong with you. My dignity matters more than that. Like dead ass, I'm sorry, my dignity matters more than that. I am not gonna hang out with some. She took her monkey ass onto that damn stage and just, everybody hated me because I was a Republican. No, we hated you because you're an airhead. Came here and fat girl movie that found you some Jesus. And stay over there. Stay over there. We don't want you back, Amber. We don't. You can no longer come to the you know, Black Creativity Credit Union and get a loan. You can't. You can no longer come to the Black Credit Union, the Black Creativity, the Black Culture Credit Union, and you gotta go. You can't be here. Because make no damn mistake about it, ladies and gentlemen, and I know this is gonna sound messed up, but it is what it is. Amber Rose is a white woman who has been cosplaying as a black woman this whole damn time. Cosplaying. And has gotten away with it. She has gotten away with it. It's controversial, but I don't care. We got to be honest. The moment you cash those chips in, you got to go. It's the same way I feel about people like Tom McDonald and Forgio Blow using hip-hop music for right-wing ideology. They ain't never jibed. Hip-hop has never jibed with right-wing ideology. Hell, we hated Reagan. Hated Reagan. The hell look like hip hop, the hibbity. I like Ronald Reagan and the trickle down theory. No, they ain't worked. They ain't even in the same ballpark. They didn't even play the same goddamn game, bruh. What are you doing? No, absolutely the hell not. No. They have never jived. Hip-hop culture is extremely anti-authoritarian. We don't like authoritarians. We don't. Those of us who have been raised in hip-hop culture since day one, we don't like authoritarian figures. They don't. Okay. It's not that she's the target, Puddin'. It's not. It's her antagonizing black folks for voting against Donald Trump. Amber Rose could have been a Republican and said nothing, and I've been cool with it. Amber Rose could have been a Republican and said absolutely nothing, and I'd have been okay with it. It's the way she, and again, shout out to my friend Tabitha Speaks, who has been clocking what Amber has been saying for a while now. You have to go back and look. If you go to Tabitha Speaks Instagram, or if you go to Tabitha Speaks, and I think she has like maybe two or three TikTok pages. But she talks about Matter of fact, she talks about Amber Rose. And she talks about some of the things that Amber Rose has done and said and stuff like that. So let me see if I can find it. Let me see how I can find it. But the thing about it, and I have to keep saying this over and over. Hip hop is an anti-authoritarian. It is. It is absolutely anti-authoritarian. We don't truck with the with the what's the word I'm looking for? We don't mess with the power structure. It's always been fight the powers that be. Fight the powers. Fight. Yes, I'm channeling my Ron Isley, and I said what I said, and I ain't even gonna play with y'all. I ain't messing with y'all. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Because I know Tabitha talks about this woman. I know she does. I actually caught one of her videos one day. And like I said, shout out to Tabitha. Again, I don't know if anybody can see it on the screen, but it's The Politics by Tabitha is one of them. Go to this one. And she talks about Amber Rose. Amber Rose. Y'all are finding out the sausage on hold on. Let me see. Amber Rose was the speaker of the night in Media Losses. She has 23 million followers. She wasn't hired. She was invited to speak as are all the RNC speakers at the RNC National Convention. Again, it's not the fact that she's a Republican.
But actually her speech.
It's not the fact that she's a Republican. It's the fact that she would not be standing on that damn stage had she not used black culture to get there. Let me tell you something. I'm a large, delicious black man. Okay? Some of you understand this. I'm a large, delicious black man. All right? If I met somebody who had a fetish for large, delicious black men, I would walk away. Because I'm also smart. I know I sounded like Forrest Gump saying it. I'm not a smart man, but I am a smart man. I'm smart. I have other interests other than being a large, delicious black man. But if I found somebody who's like, oh my God, I just want to be near you because you're a large, delicious black man. Hey, hey, I need you to get away from me. I need you to give me my bubble. I need you to get out of my face, please. Because I know they mean me no good. They're not here for the person on the inside. They're here because I'm a large, delicious black man, right? But let's say I did let them hang out with me because I'm a large, delicious black man and they're just hyping me up. Oh my God, I'm with a large, delicious black man. Yeah. And this goes on and on and on, right? And eventually, this person leaves to find another large, delicious black man, and she just keeps going through and through and through and through and through. All right. Eventually, she becomes famous for hanging out with large, delicious black men, right? Then let's say a group of people that do not like large, delicious black men. Like they hate us. Like they're going, ugh, I can't stand those large, delicious black men. I'm so sick of them. Right? Let's say that, oh my God. So let's say that was the thing, right? If this person who has been hanging out with large, delicious black men and being noticed for hanging out with large to delicious black men, right? She gets on stage at this place with these people that don't like large, delicious black men and then bashes large, delicious black men. She was a culture vulture. She came in to suck the culture of large, delicious black men. She wore t-shirts that we made that said, I'm a large, delicious black man. And thank God I got on my large, delicious black man shirt. Yeah. We make large, delicious black man music. We now have a genre of music. LDBM music. It has its own beat. It has its own culture. Hey, man, what are you listening to, man? I'm listening to that new LDBM music. Right? Right? So now there's a culture around large, delicious black men. There's a way large, delicious black men speak to each other. What's going on, LDBM? What's going on, LDBM? You know, we have our own handshake. LDBM. You know what I mean? Whatever. Now there's a culture. We even get some of the sisters involved. You know? Go take a nap, Puddin'. But now there's a whole culture of LDBM. People realize this is big. I don't give a damn. Amber Rose played hip-hop culture. Amber Rose played black culture. She came in, she supped at the table, she took the mannerisms, she stole the flow, stole the soul, and is now out there parading it with people that don't like us. They don't like us. They don't like us. They don't like us. If y'all let that woman back in, y'all a damn fool. Monday nights or Tuesday nights. No, it was Monday night. Monday night's appearance at the RNC should have sealed the fate of Amber Rose. She belongs to the Pure Flicks. Now she can go over there and play with them right-wing people. She in videos with Forgio Blow, a right-wing MAGA nut making hip-hop music, which is anti-right-wing MAGA nut. Hip-hop at its core, at its essence, does not mess with the right-wing ideologues. At its core, I've been listening to hip-hop music since I was a kid. I'm telling you this. This is not something I have to make up. I've been a part of the culture my whole damn life. I am telling you this. There's no way in hell hip-hop culture is a part of right-wing ideology. They don't match. They don't match. They don't. And there's the fact that people like Candace Owens and Forgio Blow are giving props to Amber Rose. Y'all need to treat her like Chernobyl. She is toxic. She gotta go. And I know there's gonna be some people that's gonna be listening to this saying, man, that's disrespectful, that's wrong. So she can't be a Republican? Ain't nobody saying that. Ain't nobody saying that. What we are saying is, because I'm pretty sure 50 Cent's a Republican. People still bump in the club, especially for their birthday party. They still, we gonna sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. They still do that. People don't bump Kanye West. Why? Why do black folks not bump Kanye West music? Just think about that. Why do people not bump Kanye West music? Don't worry, I'll wait. You know why they don't bump Kanye West music. It's because it's one thing to be a MAGA supporter. It's another thing to crap on people in the culture who do not support your MAGA ways. And that's what Amber Rose did. That's what she did. And again, I'm not saying any of this as I just hate Amber Rose. I don't have any hatred towards that woman. I have never found the appeal of her. I really haven't. I still don't, you know what I mean? I don't get it. I don't get it. But it's probably because I have brains. Probably why. For her to stand up on that damn stage and act as though, oh, well, you know, I'm here because I convinced black folk that I was down with the culture. But now I'm standing at the one anti-culture place on earth. I don't think you can get more anti-hip hop than the Republican National Convention. I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't think you can get any more anti-hip hop than the Republican National Convention. Yes, she is, Fluffy. She is the new Candace Owens. She sees the grift working. She over there now. She belongs to the Pure Flicks. Like, I'm serious. I don't care, man. I know it hurts. I don't care. But it's true. There's absolutely, again, you cannot get any more anti-hip hop. Nothing in the Republican National Convention screams hip hop. Nothing. Tom McDonald and Forgio Blow could do a cipher at the Republican National Convention, and it's gonna look like a turd in a punch bowl. And who's gonna be in the middle of it trying to twerk? Amber Rose. She belongs to the Pure Flicks. She belongs to the GOP. That sounds like Future. That's my Future thing. She belongs to the Pure Flicks. Like, you can't. They don't even jive together. Black culture does not jive with the RNC. They don't. Like, if you ever notice, black Republicans get the worst lineups. Like, I have male pattern baldness, so I shave my head bald. I never have to worry about whether or not my hairline is straight, because I ain't got to. I try to get it to where there ain't a stitch of hair on my head, so you'll never see me out of sorts. You know what I mean? But if you notice, every black Republican don't go to black barbers. All of them have like supercuts hairstyles, and their lineup is crazy, yo. Their lineup be look like a caterpillar crawling up the top of their head, right? Their edge ups be horrible. Them edge ups be horrible. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the hallmark of black republicanism, especially when it comes to black male republicanism. They line up just be bad. That's the first thing. Or they end up with the high top fade, which went out back when Bill Cosby was talking about Gordon Gartrell's shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jason Whitlock out here with Jason Whitlock out here. Jason Whitlock out here with that toupee hat. Your man's out here walking around with a damn toupee hat. Like, man, what are you doing, dog? If you don't get that thing, did your mama tell you not to wear a hat in the house? You got that Thomas Sowell hat. Look at the dude, the Blacks for Trump dude. Look at him. He's still holding on to that ponytail. That is a hair hat. That man got a hair do-rag. That man got a hair do-rag. You're not going to convince me that man's hair is real. You're not. With that much pomade in it, that man is walking around here with a hairdo rag. It looked like hair, but it ain't. You're not gonna convince me, man. You're not gonna convince me. I'm sorry. You listen. A little bit late for that. That man got a hair, he got a pomade hair hat. You're not gonna convince me otherwise, man. That Black for Trump dude, he takes his hair off. He just Just again, all of this is anti-hip hop. And that's where Amber Rose got her, that's where Amber Rose made her meat and bones. You know what I'm saying? You black men to get over their damn self when it comes to their, but she for them orange, not for the people. And I'm gonna assume you got to get the hell up out of my face. Amber Rose does not belong to us. She belongs to the RNC now. Let her stay her ass over there. Let's see if she can get some work. Because if she comes sauntering her ass into my, hey, let me twerk for you, I'm gonna be like, hey, twerk your ass out the door, man. We good. Stay over there. We all right. Whatever it is that you selling, we don't want no parts of it. Keep it to yourself. Like I said, go over to Tabitha Speaks on Instagram and on TikTok. She has all the tea, all of the tea, and it is piping hot when it comes to Amber Rose. She talks bad about that woman. So final half of the show, I want to talk about wrestling because I can. It's my damn show. Obafemi is a menace. Why? I don't know where they found this man at. I have no idea where they found Obafemi. I don't know. But wherever they found him, I hope ain't no more of them coming out of there, man. Like, Obafemi is a menace. Okay? For me, Obafemi is just, I don't know if you can get any bigger or stronger than Obafemi. My friend Angry, who I host Superplex Party with, we refer to him as the Black Lesnar. Your man is something else. Obafemi is something the hell else. That man, I saw him throw an entire grown-ass man. There's a cat that wrestles named Wesley. Wesley is a grown man. Wesley can rent a car. Wesley can vote. Wesley can drink. He is a whole-ass grown man. And Obafemi routinely just tosses him like laundry. Just tosses him. Tosses him. That's a full-grown man that this man is tossing around, dude. Just whee! Obafemi is not to be played with, man. That is a large human being. That's a large mofo, bro. Listen, y'all think of, go to YouTube and type in Obafemi. 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 Type it and watch what I'm talking about. Your man's is just, listen, Obafemi is not to be played with. This dude is ridiculous. I've never seen it. Listen, I love Bobby Lashley. In fact, if you really want to know the truth, Bobby Lashley is younger than me. Okay, all right. This is not a secret. Bobby Lashley is younger than me. Okay, but I kind of mimic some of the mannerisms of Bobby Lashley, even though I ain't got none of them. I ain't got none of that muscle. Right? I ain't got none of that stuff. I ain't got none of that. Right? But I try to, dun, 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 dun. I try to build up, my own mannerisms in the mannerisms of, Bobby Lashley. And then Obafemi comes up. That Obafemi is ridiculous. Obafemi is straight up ridiculous, man. Like, there's something really, really, truly, like, it should be illegal to throw another grown man. It should be illegal to legally throw another grown man. Wes Lee is a grown human being. And Obafemi just like, no, you're not. Dude is a menace. I don't know but see, that's the thing. I don't know. What do you do with that on the main roster? When he gets to the main roster of WWE, what are you supposed to do with Obafemi? what exactly are you supposed to do with a dude like Obafemi? What are you supposed to do with that? How are you supposed to handle that? On the main roster, the dude's just a menace. He's just a pure, unadulterated menace. What do you do with a dude like that? Like, what do you do with a cat like Obafemi? Exactly. In the WWE, he's a sideshow. I'm just saying, listen. Let that man wrestle. Let that man wrestle. Let him be great. Obafemi is just fantastic. Drew won't apologize. All he had to do, bro, just apologize, man. I'm sorry. My bad. Just, you know what I mean? That's all you had to do. He's like, I'm not going to apologize. Drew McIntyre is the funniest dude. And every time I look, see, ever since they announced that Henry Cavill would be cast as Connor McLeod of the Clan McLeod in the remake of Highlander, and yes, kids, that is true. Go look it up. Ever since then, I've been sitting there thinking, well, he obviously needs a stunt double. Henry's not going to be able to do all the stunts. And then I look at Drew McIntyre and I go, there he is. There he is. And see, that's the thing. I don't know how much taller Drew McIntyre is than Henry Cavill. Because I think Henry Cavill's like 6'2" or 6'3", something like that. And then you got Drew McIntyre is supposed to be 6'4", right? But if you look, they have the same body look. I'm just they almost look identical. Like twin brothers. Now, Drew can play Kurgan. Henry Cavill fights his twin brother. Drew would have to like cut his hair, and that which you won't. That hair is trademark, so Henry Cavill would have to like get hair. Like I can see Henry Cavill with like a prosthetic hair, like a wig. You know what I mean? And him and Drew McIntyre could be the McConnor twins, the Clan McLeod twins. Both of them are immortals. Hey, whoever is writing this story is right there for you. It's right there. I'm just saying, it's right there. You got two immortal twins, Connor and Duncan. Or you can like put a scar across Drew McIntyre's face. He's the twin that didn't make it, or whatever. He could be the Kurgan. But yes, every time I see Drew McIntyre, I think he could be the stand-in. He could be the stunt double for Henry Cavill in the new remake. See, that's what I'm saying. Drew is 6'5" and Henry Cavill's only 6 foot. Nah, we can't even have that. But he could be a stunt double. Not like he can't take a bump. I'm just saying, man. Drew just wouldn't apologize. Like Drew's like, yo, man, I ain't apologizing, son. I don't care, man. I ain't gonna apologize. I ain't play like just apologize, man. That's all you had to do. Then he beat up some more refs. Seth had to come out there. Seth had to come out and save people. But the most emotional thing I saw this week when it came to wrestling was Eric Rowan. Eric Rowan had me crying. Eric Rowan had me crying. Like that promo he did was not just a promo. That really was his deepest feelings. That man cried. That man cried, and you listen. You can't beat that, man. When he described he had a brother some of the best times of his life was with him, and then he passed away. He said, just when I thought I was going to be okay and I thought things were going to be good, I lose another brother. And I mean, golly, to watch Eric Rowan describe his love for Brody Lee. For those of you that didn't know, it was Brody Lee and Bray Wyatt he was talking about. And, or Luke Harper for all you guys in the WWE. But it was Mike Huber. And to see Eric Rowan just like really cry, like those were real tears, man. That's the sort of stuff that's the real sort of stuff. No, no Oreos. You have to eat breakfast first. I swear. People act like this ain't my job. But to see that emotion was, I won't even say it was just refreshing. You know what I mean? It was cathartic because you that was not an act. There was no acting in that. There was not a single ounce of acting. He really, really, really felt that. He really felt that. Those words that were coming out were his true feelings. And it kind of just makes you, it makes you look at everything that he lost. Everything that he lost. And realize, yo, man, in the Wyatt family, not discounting Braun Strowman, I'm not discounting him at all. But out of the original 3 of the Wyatt family, only Eric Rowan is left. He's the only one left, man. And these aren't just some guys that got thrown together. No, they were friends. They were brothers. They talked about each other's families. They knew each other's loved ones and stuff like that. They knew how much Brody Lee loved his son, or his sons. They knew how much Bray Wyatt cared about his own kids. And Eric Rowan, I don't know if Eric Rowan has a wife and kids, and I'm really not going to ask, but I believe that if those 2 men were here, and Eric Rowan had been the one that passed away, I think you would see the same sentiment. We're talking about guys that really, truly loved each other. They truly cared about each other. And to watch the emotion come out of this really large bearded man, that got to me. Like the rest of the night when the Wyatt Six showed up in the ring after Chad Gable and the Creed brothers beat up on Bo Dallas, that was kind of like, yeah, we knew it was coming, but that Eric Rowan video, wow. Like, I don't even have the words to describe it other than wow. It really, it really did something. It was passionate, it was emotional, it was real. It was a real thing. And it just goes to show you that we can say whatever we want to about the wrestlers. Like it, dislike it, whatever, right? But there are real human beings behind this. Real human beings. With loves and hates and things of that nature. Real human beings. And these people, when one of them dies or passes on or whatever, their friends feel it. These are their friends, their loved ones. When you look at it, when you look at it from that point of view, you realize wrestling is more than just a bunch of people oiled up guys slamming themselves up against each other. You realize it's an actual, it's a family affair. It's loved ones. These people travel the world together. They're on the planes together. They're on the car riding it from city to city together. They're in the gym together. They're eating together. They're, oh, hey man, let me show you a picture of my new kid. Oh man, that kid's great. These people, they're family. They are a family. And Eric Rowan gave, like I said, I don't know. I think that may very well be the very best. Eric, I won't call it a promo because again, it was kind of like it was heartfelt. But that might have been the best work of the best I've ever seen Eric Rowan. Like no joke. I think that may very well be the best I've ever seen of Eric Rowan. Because it was real. It was absolutely real. Just like the tears that he was shedding the night they did the tribute to Brody. When he grabbed the sign that said, "We'll always love Brody Lee," and had tears pouring out of his eyes. Like, that was literally the best work, man. I watched that and I was almost in tears. I was almost in tears. You know what I mean? Like, I was almost in tears. Because it was real. It was a man reminiscing about two people that totally influenced his life, totally got him to where he is right now, and the times they spent together, and the family, the bonds that they had built, and stuff like that. And he was talking about these things in a way that just, you could feel that. You could feel that. And that is real, man. That is real. That's what, if anybody ever wonders why do we love wrestling, it's for stuff like that. It's for stuff like that. Because wrestling brings people together. Angry and I talk very fondly about our friend Tony, who passed away earlier this year, and how Tony would come in and would just talk wrestling to us. That's how we bonded. That is how we bonded. When we did a live stream, Tony was there. Tony has been on live streams of Superplex Party while we were doing it. Tony was our friend, and we bonded over wrestling. And Angry and I miss Tony even to this day. We still miss Tony. And there will always probably be a place in our hearts for guys like, for Tony, for him. We bonded. Tony would send me messages. But again, how do we even connect? Wrestling. So if that's people on the outside watching wrestling, imagine how the wrestlers themselves feel. Yeah, thanks to Vince McMahon, kayfabe is dead. Thank you, Vince, you punk ass bitch. But the wrestlers, now that we know that the wrestlers hang out with each other. We know the wrestlers travel together. We know this. We really don't need a bunch of like karaoke, like whatever. But we know this. We know that we don't need a whole bunch of, hey man, thank you for sharing your craft with me, bro. No, we don't need all of that. Tony Khan, I'm talking to you. But those inside stories, like Brody Lee and Wyndham Rotunda, or Michael Huber and Wyndham Rotunda, sharing, as told by the guy that hung out with them and was friends with them and traveled with them in Eric Rowan. I miss seeing him in the ring. Sheamus' wife, or his fiance and his kids, I know they miss him. I know Michael Huber's wife The kids miss him. That's that's in here, man. So to watch Eric Rowan talk about that, kind of give voice to the pain that we're all feeling, I was like, that was the best thing that happened on Raw this week. And don't worry about it. We will be talking about it tomorrow on Superplex Party here on GCPR. But we are 5 minutes out from ending this doggone show because I love the fact that y'all come in and spend time with this crazy old coot every morning. I do. I hope that I make your day. I hope I start your day with a little bit of laughs, a little bit of things to think about. I hope I do. I will get better. This show is going to get better. Eventually, I'm going to learn how to play my own music on here. Yeah. I got to get with Angry and do a auto DJ tutorial for GCPR. So I'm going to do that. But this show is brought to you in part by Glitterwix. Go to glitterwix.com and search out the newest, hottest fragrance and candles on the streets today. It is called Villainous. It is inspired by yours truly. And while you're there, pick up some, they have other great candles inspired by some of your favorite people on social media. Because London, that's what London does. She takes inspiration from some of the people that make videos and things of that nature, and she turns that inspiration into candles. She also has t-shirts. You gotta pick up some of those t-shirts. Some of those t-shirts are quite hilarious. Some of them are just fantastic. I can't wait to get, hey London, if you're listening, I can't wait to get a Villainous t-shirt to go with my Villainous candle. And I think every morning before the show starts, I'm gonna burn it. Every morning I'm going I'm gonna light my Villainous candle so you guys, I can smell myself. Is that a fart? Did I just describe a fart? I think I just described a fart. I have been drinking on Starbucks French Roast Dark. Eventually, my wife will let me buy a light coffee because I like it. If you are enjoying the show and would like to support, go ahead and go over to patreon.com/Thomas the Villain Bishop. For as little as $3 a month, you can help me keep the lights on and keep the things moving. Also, if you feel like, hey man, I really like that dude, I'm gonna send him a little bit of money, send it directly to my Cash App, Mr. Bishop 3687. That is M, capital M in Mr., capital B in Bishop 3687. Send your boy about $10-15. Buy me some light coffee. You know what I mean? Do that. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been The Sound of Coffee. I am Thomas Bishop. I'm a tall, delicious black man. May your day be as sweet as the coffee in your cup. We will see you again tomorrow morning. I love you guys. Be safe. Try to have a most productive and villainous day. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.